Hi everyone at MEGAPHONO Virtual. My name is Danielle Allard and I am a singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, professor, and Twitch partner, meaning I stream music on the internet 3 days a week. The lovely team at MEGAPHONO have asked me to do a studio tour. And as somebody who never considered myself to be a producer or an audio engineer, I considered myself to really be an artist and stage performer. Being asked for a studio tour is something that I was experiencing for the first time in my life. And I really want to use this opportunity to show you that it's not so far away as you might think that it is. Welcome to my basement. I don't necessarily even think of it like a studio at this point, although it really is. I don't really consider it to be a recording studio, but much more specifically, it's been set up as a live streaming studio. And this has been starting from a cell phone recording area. I started most of my live streams with my cell phone and this little ring light right here, which might be a setup that most of you are working from at this point, to a setup that is much more complex. There's a lot of moving parts to my current setup, but that's something you can do in only a year. I'd like to show you a little bit about what my studio looked like when I first started. So if I click over here, this is what this space looked like only a year ago. You can see that there's some pieces of gear lying around, things that I hadn't really learned how to use yet, like my Boss GT8 effects pedal, my RC300 loop pedal that you can see in the back there, my micro Korg synthesizer. These were all things that I hadn't figured out how to hook up and actually work, let alone hook them up and have them heard over the internet. So this was a year ago in this exact space that you just saw me sitting in. And only a year later, this is what this space looks like now. So for streaming, I do have a 2-monitor setup. I find it so much easier to be looking at 2 different monitors with all of the different things we have to be taking a look at while we're live streaming that music online. You'll see behind me in this big image that you have a lot of my string instruments, guitar, ukulele, banjo. I've got a 12-string as well, just to add a variety of the different kinds of things that people can see when they're joining me in that online space for music. And if we flip over to this other camera, it's a little easier for you to see the keyboard and the loop setup. So in that image that we'd seen from a year ago where I had the loop pedal up on the desk trying to figure out desperately how it actually worked, it's now down here actually functioning to my right. So I'm looping mostly with that foot switch option. And over here on the left, we have that guitar effects pedal in which I've routed my electric guitar and of course an electric kazoo, because that's just the kind of year that I've been having. In front of me, you can see my Novation, and over here we have the Akai MIDI controllers for Ableton, because my sound is now all coming through Ableton. And this other little thing you see over here to my right is my streamdeck, and this is meant specifically to actually control my broadcasting software when I'm going live. Over here to the left, you're going to see that I have my micro Korg actually set up, actually making sound on the internet with the vocoder. And one secret that people don't know about, but I'm going to tell you about right now today, is over there, hiding there in that dark corner, is an electronic drum set. So one day that will be functioning, it will be working, and I'm very excited about that. When I'm playing music on the internet, I'm live looping a lot of things. I tried to fill out the sound that I felt was lacking in that I can't really work with my session players anymore as a solo performing artist, and I felt like I really needed to learn to become my own band. So this loop pedal has become one of my best friends, and going through, you can see there's a cone here, we got some bongos. I've had a lot of fun and a lot of experimentation in the time that I've been live on the internet this year with all of these different instruments around me. But I want you, if you've got that voice in the back of your head right now saying that's a dream that will happen in 5 years, 10 years, or even that voice that says I'll never be able to do that, I told myself that for years, and I want you to feel empowered and that you can do this, and you can do this in the matter of a year. And that's how long it's taken me to put all of these moving parts together. So if you have any questions about my gear list, you can find an entire list on my Twitch panels at twitch.tv/Danielle Allard. I'm more than happy to talk to people about live streaming, gear, getting set up, audio interfaces, and all that other fun stuff. But thanks so much to the team at MEGAPHONO for having me, and happy streaming.